Before you fall deeper, before you start dreaming about forever, before you hand your heart to someone and build your whole world around them, please listen to this first dot, because love isn't what you've been told. If you don't, understand this one truth. You might end up calling pain your destiny. You might end up calling control love. And by the time you realize it, you're already too deep in. This video isn't just advice. It's a warning, a wake-up call for the one who's about to give their everything to someone who can't even carry their own soul. We've been raised to believe that love is a feeling, that it's supposed to be exciting, that it's butterflies, that it's fire and magic and adrenaline. So when someone makes us feel high, we assume it's love. When they chase us, flatter us, make promises, we think we've found something real. But feelings aren't love. They're just reactions. And they can lie. It's coke and chemistry, skin attachment. What nobody tells you is that love isn't about how they make you feel in the beginning. It's about how they treat you when it's not easy. It's about who they become when life gets hard, when you disagree, when you're vulnerable, when they no longer have to impress you. Because anyone can love you when it's easy. But real love, it shows up when it's not. Here's the harsh truth. So many people look grown, but emotionally, they're still children, and they never learned to regulate their emotions. They don't know how to sit with discomfort. They lash out when triggered. They blame instead of reflect. And if you build a life with someone like that, someone who looks mature but can't take accountability, you will become their emotional punching bag. They'll punish you for their unhealed wounds. They'll call your honesty disrespect. Your needs will become nagging, right? And your silence will be safer than your truth. You'll walk on eggshells, trying not to upset them. You'll slowly forget what peace feels like, because they never grew up emotionally. Now you're paying the price for what their parents didn't teach them. There's this dangerous idea that love is supposed to hurt, that it's normal to cry all the time. Fighting, controlling, chasing is part of the passion. It's that pain means you really care. But listen closely. Pain is not proof of love. Sacrifice isn't the same as suffering. It's in love without peace. It's just bondage with pretty words. If you're always anxious, it's always doubting your worth. It's always feeling like you have to earn their affection, That's not love. It's not love doesn't make you feel small. Love doesn't make you feel small. It doesn't dim your light. It doesn't punish you for being human. What happens when you give your soul to someone who isn't ready to hold it? You start losing yourself. Slowly, quietly, you become smaller, not because they ask you to, but because you're trying to make the relationship work. You stop expressing your needs. You silence your boundaries. Bend, and bend, and bend, until you don't even recognize your own reflection anymore. Loving the wrong person doesn't just break your heart. It breaks your spirit. It turns your strength into guilt, your softness into shame. You start believing that you're too much or not enough. It may be if you just love them better, they treat you better. But the truth is, you can't fix someone by breaking yourself. So before you build a life with someone, ask yourself this. Do they make you feel safe when you're weak? Do they take accountability when they mess up? Do they love your soul? Or just a version of you that's convenient? Because in part 2, we're going deeper. We'll talk about what real emotional maturity looks like, the red flags you ignore when you're in love, and how to finally stop repeating patterns that break you. If you're here, it means something hit you deep in part 1. You've loved someone who didn't love you, right? You bent yourself backwards, trying to hold things together. You've called it chaos chemistry, silence peace. But now, you're waking up. You're starting to see what love isn't and what you deserve instead. You don't need someone perfect. You need someone aware. Someone who can say, I was wrong. Someone who doesn't run from hard conversations. Someone who won't punish you for expressing pain, but sit beside you in it. Because real love requires emotional maturity. It's not ego, not control, not power games, but safety, accountability, growth. And if they can't say, I hurt you, and I'm sorry, they flip every conversation to blame you. They explode over the truth or go silent when they're uncomfortable. That's not love. That's emotional manipulation in disguise. Mature love says, I don't want to win. I want us to understand each other. They'll tell you they've changed. They'll cry, apologize, swear it'll be different. And maybe for a week or two, it will be. But patterns don't lie. If they always dismiss your emotions, get defensive when you speak. Your truth accuse you of overthinking, flip every issue onto you. And that's not just how they are. That's a choice. That's conditioning. It's who they actually are when no one's watching. Stop hoping for potential. Start honoring the pattern, because you're not crazy for wanting peace. You're not too sensitive. Not asking for too much. You're just finally refusing to carry someone's unhealed trauma on your back. Let's be honest. Some of us grew up in chaos. We saw love through the lens of instability. We got used to being afraid to speak, to walking on eggshells, to saying sorry just to keep the peace. So now, when someone actually treats us kindly, we flinch. We pull away because real love feels unfamiliar. See, feels boring. But hear me. ... Love does not feel like fear. Love isn't supposed to make your nervous system panic. It shouldn't feel like you're always one mistake away from abandonment. Real love feels like rest, like safety, like home. And if your version of love feels like anxiety, silence, or confusion, it's time to unlearn what you were taught and rewrite what you believe you're worthy of. Somewhere along the way, you became a healer, a fixer, a protector. You saw their pain and thought you could be the one to love them into wholeness. So you stayed, you fought. You explained your feelings 50 different ways, hoping they'd finally understand. But your love can't raise someone who refuses to grow. You cannot carry someone who keeps cutting you just because they're bleeding inside. It is not your job to make them better at the expense of your own soul. Love is not supposed to break you so they can build themselves. The right person will not require you to destroy yourself just to be with them. So let me ask you again, ... Are you building a life with someone? Or are you building them while they watch you collapse? I'll walk you through the spiritual signs you're ignoring. Soul wounds. Love is exposing it. How to finally choose peace over performance. If you've made it this far, that means you've loved deeply. You've broken quietly. You've stayed longer than you should have, okay? And you tried harder than most people ever will. This isn't just a relationship video anymore. It's a healing moment. It's for the soul that's been quietly screaming for peace, for the heart that kept giving even when it was starving. You're not weak for staying. You were loyal. You were hopeful. You just didn't want to give up on someone you believed in. But now it's time to believe in you. Let me be real with you. When God starts removing someone from your life, it doesn't always come with a warning. It might come with confusion, silence, distance, or even heartbreak. But don't chase what's being pulled away, because what's happening in the natural is often protection in the spiritual. Sometimes the delay you're angry about is the detour that's saving your soul. Sometimes unanswered texts are answered prayers. And sometimes love that walks away to grace in disguise. Let them go. If it costs you your peace, it's too expensive for your purpose. Some people are seasonal. They weren't meant to stay. They were meant to reveal something in you. A wound, a weakness, a lesson, a list. Not everyone who enters your life is a soulmate. Some are mirrors, some are wake-up calls, some are distractions, dressed as destiny. But they all leave something behind, and the pain you felt wasn't wasted. It broke you open. It taught you boundaries. It returned you to yourself. And maybe that was the point all along. You can love someone, still walk away. You can forgive someone, still block their access. You can miss someone and still choose yourself. Healing doesn't mean you stop loving them. It just means you start loving you more. And no matter how much history you share, no matter how much you've invested, being with them means constantly abandoning yourself. That's not love. That's self-neglect. Your peace matters. Your purpose matters. Your soul was not created to be drained just to keep someone else full. When you're ready to love again, and you will be, choose someone who brings stillness to your spirit. Someone who listens when you whisper, who protects what's sacred to you, who doesn't just want your body, but values your soul. Love isn't built on chemistry. It's built on character, integrity, mutual growth, sacred peace. The right one won't confuse you. They won't exhaust you. They won't require you to become someone else just to be loved. And the day you meet that kind of love, you'll wonder why you ever settled for anything less. So before you build a life with someone, check the foundation. Is it built on real love or survival? It's on soul connection or trauma bonding. You are allowed to be loved gently. You are allowed to be loved fully. You are allowed to stop bleeding just to keep someone else from crying. This isn't the end of your love story. It's the beginning of your return to self. And when that day comes, the one where you're loved right, held softly, chosen fully, you'll look back at this pain and whisper, "Thank you for breaking me open enough to heal." Subscribe if this spoke to your soul. Every word here was written to bring you back to yourself, to remind you you were never too much. You were just trying to love in a world that forgot what real love feels like. But now you remember, Art, and that changes everything. The end.